Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm out for a run, and if you've watched any of my other videos recently, you know that I've kind of switched my focus from the longer runs to trying to break 6 minutes in the mile. And so obviously the training is much different for that than for the longer 3 and 4 hour runs. So stick around today and I'll tell you what I have planned. I have a loose plan in my head about how I'm going to handle the training, and I'll tell you what I'm going to do and how I'm going to go about attacking that sub 6 minute mile challenge. Now obviously going from long slower runs to something short and fast is going to require a change in my training tactics. And with that in mind, I have two weapons in my arsenal to use. One being a tempo run, which is what today's run is going to be, and the second one being some shorter intervals. And I have a plan for those as well. Now today's tempo run is going to be tough because it's temperature in the low 90s. The humidity is really high, and I'm very tired from a workout I did yesterday. So heart rate is not going to be a very reliable guide today for my tempo run. But fortunately, I've run enough. I kind of know how my pace feels on a tempo run, and that's probably going to be the key workout, at least 1 or 2 days a week of tempo runs, and then adding in some shorter intervals on top of that. And I'll tell you about the plan for that in just a second. Now I normally run at lunch during the week 3 or 4 days on about a 3.5 mile out and back kind of several lap course. And lately I've been throwing in on the last mile once or twice a week a tempo pace on that last mile, and once or twice I've kind of done a higher pace, 1 minute on, 1 minute off. And so the plan is to keep up that tempo pace work and measure off a 220 yard, 200 meter section of flat road where I can do some intervals. And I'll start out with 220 yard 8th mile intervals. Ultimately, the goal is to be able to run those in 45 seconds, because that'll be a 90-second 400, which is a 6 minute mile. So starting out, obviously I'm going to be a bit slower, and I'm maybe going to start out with 3 or 4 of those and just build up and see what I can do on those. And then eventually I have a 200 meter hill right in front of my house that I've used in the past, but I don't think I'm ready for that quite yet. But eventually maybe I'll move into that and start doing some intervals on that as well. All right, guys, we finished with that one. Man, it was tough. I ran 2 miles at math pace at zone 2, and then 2 miles at tempo pace. And tempo is, I usually told my cross-country kids, it's comfortably uncomfortable. And of course on a day like this, when it's hot and humid and you're already sore, everything's uncomfortable. So you really have to kind of know your body to do that. And that's something I would encourage everybody to do. Whether you're training for a 5K or a marathon, there needs to be some workouts where you're really pushing yourself. I think there's a mountain of literature out there that says even as you get older, it's really helpful and beneficial for you to push yourself. maybe once every couple of weeks, once every week when you get in shape. Definitely get about 3 months of solid zone 2 work under your belt before you start picking up the pace. But definitely give tempo run a try. It'll increase your speed dramatically, and the more you do it, the more you'll get used to that pace and know what it feels like to run that pace. So today, good solid tempo pace. I'll probably mark out next week the 220-yard area on the road by my house so I can start doing some intervals. I'll probably start with 3 or 4 200-meter intervals and work my way up to maybe 8. And after I've done that, I'll go out to the track and get another baseline. See if I can improve on that 7:07. Surely I can go under 7 minutes with a few weeks of speed work. So I just encourage you guys to stay out there, get used to the heat. It's not so bad once you get used to it. It does affect your heart rate, so you got to know that going into it. And just get out there, get some workouts in, biking, running, swimming, anything. Just get yourself off the couch and get moving, and your health will dramatically improve. So if you guys got any comments on my training methods, you got a better way to do it, let me know. I'd be glad to try it. And in the end, thanks for watching, and we will see you guys on the next one.